Well, happy hump day. It's Leza live on the radio, on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. How's it going on this middle of the week day?
Humpty hump.
Humpty hump, yep. And I don't know about you, but I got some snow in my house last night.
Yeah. Good for you.
Did you?
I didn't get any. I had some flurries, but
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't get any snow, but we got some rain.
Yeah, good. Isn't that nice? It didn't last very long, at least at my house.
It's okay. We got something.
We got something. Yeah, but we had just a light dusting on the grass this morning. Bubba's like, what is this and why? And I'm like, oh, just you wait, buddy. Did you get any snow or rain at your place last night?
No, I was too busy watching a movie.
Oh, right. So you don't know, basically.
No, I didn't. I went outside. There's nothing.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. One of our listeners, Jimbo D, messaged me, and he's like, I've got flakes. I'm like, snowflakes? What are you talking about?
Or dandruff.
I wasn't sure. I needed clarification, but when I walked outside, I could see that he meant snowflakes. So that was exciting. Hopefully that's not it. Is that it for this storm?
We got another 10% coming.
Okay.
And hopefully that'll deliver.
Yeah.
And that would be really nice. But what we're going to have is some really cold mornings. We're going to be in the teens.
Yeah.
So bundle up, folks.
Right. It is here. Absolutely. I pulled out all the sweaters yesterday. So, yeah, we'll keep it warm. I want to clarify for the two listeners that were listening to the last show, me and Matt.
Yeah.
I want to clarify the stations that we have acquired here at Prescott Broadcasting and the correct numbers and names and genres. First, we're going to start with what?
Wait, hold on. Droogle had an error?
Yes, I did.
You broke Droogle?
I didn't break Droogle, but he was caught off guard with the question, and so
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I was going to call in, but I was driving, and so it's like, you know what? I got a show after this. I'll clarify it for those that continue on with the programming here at KYCA. But we have acquired Magic 99.1. Everybody knows that station. It is basically one of the loudest signals in our area, and you can get it on the dial FM 99.1. It's a variety of hits, if you will, all right? And that's the station that I'm going to be running the All Request Lunch Hour on starting on Monday. So if you guys love music, or even if you just like it, give me a call on Monday morning, or call here on this station. That's what we'll do. We'll get the set list here on this show. I'll take it over to the other station and play the songs on that show. How fun.
Okay, Metallica, Master of Puppets.
Okay,
There's
I
your
got
first
yours.
song.
You've been telling me all week long. So that's Magic 99.1. Then there's KNOT 1450, The Team.
The team.
This is our all-sports station. We broadcast all sorts of games, and coming up, I want to let you know that tomorrow we will be airing the college football playoff semifinals, the Orange Bowl, Notre Dame versus Penn State. And then on Friday, we're playing the Cotton Bowl, Ohio State versus Texas at 5. Both those games are at 5 o'clock. Saturday, the NFL wildcard playoffs, LA Chargers at Houston, Pittsburgh at Baltimore. The list is long and long and long. So, if you love sports, you got to check out our brand new sports team. It is 14:50 a.m., The Team. I like it. Do you like it?
Of course I do.
I know you do. Also, we have 93.5 Prescott's Classic Rock. That's the one that you knew because you're listening to that in your off hours. Great music. We'll keep you rocking all day long. That's 93.5 on your FM dial. Of course, we have 102.1 Calm, which is just described as beautiful music. If you need beautiful music in your life, Matt, which I highly recommend for you.
I have beautiful music in my life.
If you're like,
right, headbanging.
mosh pitting, it's okay.
Right. 102.1 is great background music. It'll just keep you going and make you feel good. Absolutely make you feel good. And then we have Calm Arizona, which you can stream anywhere in the world. Same music as our station Calm here, 102.1 on the radio. But if you like to stream on your phone, get the Calm Arizona app and just stream away, baby. So we got you covered in just about every genre except for country. But I think that's already been covered in our area.
And metal.
Do we not have a metal band? A metal station?
No.
No.
Definitely
okay.
not. I think the only Growing up, there's only 2 real rock/metal stations in all of Arizona,
Yeah.
and there's 92.1 out of Tucson
Uh-huh.
and 97.9 out of Phoenix.
Okay, well, I'm sure you can find that if you'd like to listen to that, which I know. If you want to reach out to Matt, he can tell you where to get your metal.
Yep. you need some good old-fashioned mosh pitting at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Matt's your
Hit
guy.
me up.
Matt is your
Hit 'em up.
guy. All right, so there you go. There's the lineup. I'm going to print it out and put it in the engineering room for you.
No, I need to have that. I was just,
Yeah, I got you. So we can cover any kind of listening that you care to partake in, except for metal, which we're working on.
Or country.
So we got to talk about a movie this morning. I know it's not, Real Film Nerds Friday, but I watched this movie and then I texted Matt and I said, "OMG, you have to watch The Substance." Now, the only way I found this movie is because I watched the Golden Globes on Sunday night, and Demi Moore won an award for her acting in this film, and she said it was the first film she's ever won an award for.
And that's true. I double-checked that.
Yeah,
and
wasn't that
is her.
shocking? Well, that was her that said it, so yeah, she knows.
Yeah, no, she is. I double-checked in what
Yeah.
they said online, and even though she was the highest paid actress throughout the bulk of the 80s and 90s,
Right.
that's the only award she's ever won.
So then I was curious. I'm like, well, what could this movie be about that Demi Moore finally won an acting award? And I was blown away. This movie is not for the lighthearted, the faint at heart. What's the saying?
yes.
Faint-hearted. Is that it?
Lighthearted.
Lighthearted. It is it's a comedic horror film that basically it's a parody of the Ozempic craze. You know, these people giving themselves shots to lose weight, looking for a better version of themselves, using substances to do it instead of, the tried and true way, like Eric and Austin told us yesterday, the calories
work.
in, calories out type thing. And so then you watched it last night. What's your takeaway?
I don't know if I would call it so much about the Ozempic craze. I mean, there's a touch of that. It's more about body dysmorphia and body horror and not being happy with aging.
Well, it's basically
But it's all kind of rolled
it's
in,
taking
yeah.
a substance, which is like Ozempic and all these shots, to be a better version of yourself. But then you got to
Yes.
watch the movie to see how that happens. And I couldn't believe what I was watching.
I thought it was a really good movie.
You did. Well, so did Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
90% on, I think it was the critic side.
Probably.
Yeah. 90%, which is high for Rotten Tomatoes.
Critics love the weird stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting because A24 is the independent studio that's really known for doing horror films.
Yeah.
And this is a completely different distributor called Mubi, M-U-B-I, and they have a streaming service, and I've never heard of them until you told me about
Right,
this. And
right.
you can sign up for a free trial for the streaming service for 7 days and
Yeah.
watch it.
Right.
But
right.
that's how they're trying to get, viewership is by having this
this movie
movie
and this
that
free trial.
and winning an award.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and some are saying that it might be up for Best Picture.
whoa.
That's what the buzz is. So
That's
we'll have to wait and see.
It's a bit much. I will say, though, the
There's
cinematography.
been some really weird movies that have won Best Picture, as we all know.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Cinematography, I have to say, was incredible. I
Yeah.
really, really, really liked how it was shot. It
Yeah,
was
I'm
very
sure you
unique.
did, Matt.
Yeah. Well, the nudity was wonderful too. I mean, but that's not how they shoot it. Like just from the opening with the they had an overhead camera focusing on one particular thing through
Yeah.
a time lapse. It was really, really unique. I
Yeah.
liked it a lot.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
that aspect, the premise and everything was interesting. But of course, I mean, the nudity brings it up a whole nother reel.
See, for you
So,
it does.
Yeah.
I knew you'd like it for that, but then the story was just, it was a little bit crazy.
Oh, it's sci-fi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sci-fi, which
I
you don't
like
expect.
sci-fi.
You don't expect it from the beginning.
Well-
You don't know what to expect. So that's all I'm going to say.
Especially now with Demi Moore. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Her biggest sci-fi movie is Ghost.
Right. You're right.
Maybe Striptease.
So anyway, oh my gosh, I'd forgotten about that one too. So anyway, if you are curious, if you like movies, check it out. You can rent it on Prime for $6. Is what I
Yeah,
did.
or you can buy it for 20.
Yeah. I don't need to buy it. I don't need to watch it again. I'm one and done over here.
One and done on
One
that
and done
one,
over
huh?
on all movies, pretty much.
On all
Unless
movies?
it's the Elvis movie or Top Gun or Jerry Maguire.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yep, it's fact. Okay, so moving right along, let's talk about the Courthouse Plaza turning blue tomorrow. Have you guys heard about this? If not, let me tell you, the more than 90 Courthouse Plaza trees that are decorated with lights for the holidays will be switched to blue starting tomorrow night, January 9th, for 3 nights in honor of National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Very cool. A short program will be presented by local agencies at 5:30 on the north side steps of the courthouse. Yavapai County Sheriff David Rhodes and other law enforcement leaders are all slated to speak. The event is outside and it is free to attend. So that is taking place tomorrow night, and the courthouse will stay blue for 3 nights. I love that. I think that is one of the coolest things we do here.
Well, it just has to be expensive to have all the specific blue lights, or is it only like a handful of trees that...
Well, I think all the lights have the lights that can be changed to any color.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, I've spent a lot of time downtown now.
Yeah.
And so I just look and there's some that are changed like colors a lot, and
Yeah.
there's some that change a little bit, but I
Right.
assume they all probably can be
Yeah.
told this color.
Exactly. I don't think they unwrap all the lights and then rewrap them.
No, well, I was just wondering, maybe there's a lot of blue ones and they just turn off all
Yeah.
the ones that aren't blue, maybe?
We shall find out. So take note. I won't be here. I'll be, I'm going to California to brave the wildfires. Not on assignment, but I have to go to a funeral. And I hope everything is okay over there, man.
We'll have Drugel report for us
Okay.
about the lights. yeah.
Okay. Drugel can report.
Well,
Okay.
That's the biggest question. I mean, you're driving, right? You're not flying.
no, we're flying.
You're flying?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't affect any of the
I know.
getting in and out.
I've
you know?
seen some video online, and it is just tragic what's happening over there. Yeah, and we sympathize so much because we know, that could be us in a heartbeat. So God bless. And the winds they're dealing with. I heard 50-mile-an-hour winds
Yeah.
with that fire.
Absolutely. And they've had gusts up to 70. So when the Santa Anas are blowing, everybody's, this is part of every year you get this.
Right.
Unfortunately, they're getting a lot of wind, and they had a fire. So I mean,
Yeah.
and it's just, and the other thing is they don't have a lot of defensible space around their houses. The forest is not as clean as it should be as we
Right.
take care of ours. So
Yes.
yep,
Yeah. It's awful. So hopefully everything will be okay over there.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and to know how it's affecting us over here, I am getting more and more and more reports since the start of the year
Yeah.
of people not being able to get homeowners insurance thanks to all the wildfires in the neighboring state.
Yes. Our farmers insurance dropped our home insurance. So we are scrambling at this point to pick something up before it runs out, which is, awful, just awful. And I've lived in that house I've lived here in Prescott for almost 35 years, and now that home I've been in for 28 years.
I started hearing about it last year,
Mm-hmm.
where people were not able to get it, but I haven't heard of anyone dropping it. And then in the past, 8 days? It's
Right.
January 8th, I've heard of a record number of people losing
Yeah.
their insurance. I think it's policy changes with the new year or something, and they're just like, nope, sorry, see ya.
I know, it's terrible.
It's terrifying to me.
Terrifying. Well, when
Yeah.
I find a carrier for mine, I'll let y'all know who it is so that we can praise them and thank them and promote them.
Yep.
So I want to let you guys know what's going on at the Consumer Electronics Show out there in Las Vegas. Day 1 was yesterday. Left a lot of tech nerds drooling over some crazy new gadgets. Lenovo unveiled a laptop with a rollaway screen that doubles in size with the push of a button. That's pretty cool. There's a new solar beach umbrella that can power a couple of tablets and keep an electric cooler running indefinitely as long as it's sunny. That's pretty cool, huh?
Sold.
That's pretty cool. Sony and Honda made an electric car, baby, that's finally available for pre-order. You only need to put $200 down for the new Afeela, but you'll owe them $100,000 when it's ready.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Electric car baby?
Electric car, baby. Yeah, I think that's a play on words.
Oh,
An electric
okay.
car, baby. Well, it's a baby. It's new. It's a new thing. It's a baby. $100,000 though. That's amazing. And then there's that roaming vacuum that we talked about yesterday that has the robotic arm that can pick up stuff for you. Not everything at the Consumer Electric Show in Vegas is life-altering tech. Some stuff is just plain stupid, like a fuzzy robot called Mirumi that really does nothing more than hold onto your purse and notice when people are looking at it. dumb, right?
How would that apply to Drew?
I'm still waiting for the Jetsons. This is beyond the Jetsons.
Yeah.
I want the flying car.
Yeah, no doubt, right? There's also an insect camera that looks like a flower. You can even, if you even want to spray on bugs. What is that? Looks like a flower. If you ever want to spy on bugs.
That I think is a lot more dangerous than spying on bugs.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you can only imagine, right? Let's see. What else do we have to share with you? It also has AI, so it can text you how many butterflies it saw in your garden. Someone also made an emotional support robot called Mimo that looks just like a side table with a lamp. We talked about that. And can carry on conversations when you're feeling lonely.
Great. I'll wait until the couch version comes out, and then I'll talk to my couch.
You want some more? Who needs an electric vehicle when you can ride around in a solar-powered car? A California company just unveiled one at the Consumer Electrics Show in Vegas. Aptera's $35,000 two-seater car has 3 wheels and looks so aerodynamic that you'd swear it was a spaceship. And they insist it's not just a concept. It gets all of its energy from the sun, but it's got a battery so you can still drive at night. Supposedly, it has a range of about 600 miles on a full charge.
Well, I remember when they had those solar-powered car competitions, back in, the 90s, I think?
Right?
And all the universities got in on it.
Yep.
So, I mean, to me, that's not new tech,
New.
but now, since it's going to a consumer, sure.
Now it's available.
That's interesting.
Now you can pick one up for $35,000.
Still can't afford it.
Toyota's getting into the rocket business. In addition to the Corolla and Prius, Toyota is about to start making rockets. They just announced a $45 million investment in rocket technology, saying Tesla couldn't be the only car maker going to space. Toyota is teaming up with a private spaceflight company called Interstellar Technologies to beef up Japan's space business, which launched just 3 satellites last year, while the U.S. launched 116. Boom.
Okay, so we might be in trouble then. Because if they make their rockets like how they make their cars, they're going to
True.
surpass, Elon in about 3-4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, right? We will watch for sure. And one more for you. Forget about listening to your favorite true crime podcast. One company at the Consumer Electrics Show has introduced a set of headphones with a camera that can see inside your ear canal. Once you can see that your ear is all nasty, the headphones clean it with water. They've even got a pair for people with swimmer's ear.
No, thank you.
Things we didn't think. I don't want to know what's in there.
What
If I can't get it out with a Q-tip in the morning, I don't want to know what's in there.
Why do we need to have cameras on more things? Do we really need to spy on every? I think the government's behind this. They're trying to spy on all of us.
They want to check out your brain is what's happening.
This-
That
it's
water,
a-
that's not water they're spraying in your ear. It's a chemical.
They can look as much as they want. It's empty up there.
Exactly. Right through the other side.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. Some crazy things, right? Hey, we're all just trying to come up with that one big idea that changes the world and makes us a billionaire.
I don't think hosing my ear canal down with a camera is it.
You might be surprised. Remember, Scott got me that Navage that hoses out your sinuses for my birthday one year.
And you use it every day,
I
don't
only
you?
used it once. I almost drowned, and I put it in the closet. So,
Okay. Well, what if you,
but he did buy it, so somebody got a little rich somewhere.
what if you drown through your ears?
Yeah, I mean, it could be a thing. I don't know. Ears, nose, and throat. It's all connected, people. It's all connected. All right, we have to move on. There's so much to talk about this morning. We have Kelly Tolbert coming in with her midweek weekend preview coming up next. So stick around for that. And then we're going to be talking to our very own sports director here at KYCA, John Rust, about his latest novel, Unthinkable. So stick around for that as well. Right now, did you know that tooth decay often comes down to one factor, and that is acid? At Pro Solutions Dental Group, they target the source by helping patients control acid levels in the mouth, preventing cavities, and keeping smiles strong. For a refreshing, proactive approach to your dental care, visit PrescottDentist.com or reach Pro Solutions Dental Group at 928-776-1208. And we're back. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM KYCA, welcoming in our midweek weekend preview correspondent, Kelly Tolbert. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, everybody.
And welcome back. We've missed you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I missed you all.
Yes. Did you have a good holiday season?
Really great holiday season. Kind of flew by.
Yes, yes.
Here
And
we are.
How was the event at the Willow Creek Inn on New Year's Eve?
It was a lovely evening at the
Yes?
Willow Creek Inn.
Good.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
You're welcome.
And the boot drop was a huge hit.
Huge
as always.
success.
Yeah,
Huge
I heard it was
success.
super busy.
Super,
I hated
super
to
fun.
miss that.
I
but
know.
can't
There's a
be-
lot going on New Year's.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
We love our little town for
We
that.
do, we do. And as soon as Kelly sat down, she said, I'm recovering from the substance this morning as well. You watched the movie last night, too.
I did. And I am still not okay from it.
So
It blows you away because it's totally something you don't expect.
It was totally unexpected.
Totally unexpected. I mean, when you first start watching it, you think it's going to be a story about this woman in her 50s that is an aerobic instructor on TV and how she deals with, her life. That's what,
Aging.
yeah,
and
that's what I thought it was going to be about. And then slap you right across the face.
totally unexpected. It's kind of that Death Becomes Her.
Oh, I
which
love that movie too.
Yeah.
Yes.
But different.
Yes. Yes. Different.
well, how many mixed cocktails do you give it?
I would give it 4 only because it's a little gruesome for me.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
to turn my head.
Yes.
Okay.
Some.
So
I'll give it
4
4
out of
too.
5.
I'll
Yeah.
give it
2
4
fours. All right.
microphones.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. How many cookies or how many reels you gonna give it?
I give it 4.5.
4.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know why.
Exactly. We
Yeah,
know
I got
why.
it got a full reel just from the nudity. We talked about that earlier.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
it was
no
amazing.
wonder. It was.
To
Well,
me,
and-
does not disappoint.
Well, and here's
Wow.
the interesting thing. You say 50. You know how old she really is?
How old?
62.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Still
Yeah.
quite attractive.
Oh, are you kidding?
She
yeah.
to put
works
it
hard.
mildly.
She
Yeah.
works very hard. It's very obvious.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we should move on.
I love it.
We need to know what's going on.
We've
in
got a
the
few
area.
things still
Okay.
happening. It's a little low key, but
Yeah.
plenty to do, as Drew always says.
Right.
Tonight at the tonight at the public library, Prescott Public Library, is Star Talks. And it's a teacher from the Kayenta Unified School District presenting Navajo winter stories and the stars, which I thought was kind of different and cool.
Yes. Very cool.
She talks about the coyote and the origin of the constellations related to how Native Americans correlate those two items. And it starts at 6 p.m. And of course, it's free.
Okay.
And then
Fabulous.
tomorrow at the Elks Crystal Hall is it kicks off 3 performances of Additional Particulars by Ed Simpson, which is a theatrical comedy. And it's 7 p.m. each Thursday, Friday, and Saturday each night.
Okay.
And then Saturday, we don't talk about this a whole lot, but it happens every Saturday unless they have a special closure, and they always announce that. The Prescott Farmers Market is over at the parking area across from the hospital, so the YRMC Dignity Health parking lot. It starts at 9:30, goes till noon, and there's all kinds of vendors and fresh vegetables.
I love
and
it.
It
I
is
love
a good.
going to the farmer's market.
It
This-
makes you feel like you're doing something good for yourself and the community.
Right.
So it's a win-win.
Yes, yes. And the produce that you can get, the flowers, the sourdough bread, all delicious.
Coffee, there's
yes.
all kinds of good
Yes.
stuff. So if you haven't been, check it out. If you go regularly, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. And then Sunday at the Findlay Toyota Center picks back up the community ice skating. We don't talk about this very much either. So the community can go in and open skate. They have like the assistive walker kind of things, which
Right.
I would need if I'm doing ice skating. 1 o'clock, and they have sessions all day, and you can reserve your tickets online.
Yeah,
they
you
rec-
have to. You
Yeah.
have to do it online.
and
Yes.
then they'll have skates ready for you to rent and all that stuff.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something for the whole family.
Right.
And then also Sunday afternoon at the public library is Coffee House Concert Series Eddie Roswell. That's at 2 p.m. And this next one I thought sounded really cool. It's at the Ruth Street Theater. There's a pre-concert talk. It's the Arizona Philharmonic presents Manos Percussion, which is a group of musicians, really talented, collaborating on 37 instruments, including
Wow.
water.
I love it.
Yeah. What's that like?
Yeah, very interesting.
It says it's from jazz to bass to calypso and Bach. So kind of that island vibe. If you're feeling a little chilly, you might want to go
Right.
think about warmer temperatures and
Yes.
just kind of enjoy the performance. And PUS band students are playing flower pots.
Oh, wow.
So a little something different over
Yeah.
at the Ruth Street Theater on Sunday, and the concert starts at 3.
Okay, very good.
And then, of course, our usual around town Birdcage on Friday has 80 Proof, and Saturday and Sunday, Lori McDonald and Combo Deluxe. You can catch the Goodwin Street Gang at El Gato Azul Sunday at 5. The Lobby Bar at St. Michael's has their live music and happy hour specials. Jersey Lily Friday and Saturday has Off the Record. Matt's has David Voss and Big Country Friday and Saturday. And at the point that we've talked about the live karaoke band.
Yes.
Well, they're performing Saturday night. They're called Mischief.
Oh, how fun.
So if you've done the karaoke, anyway, they're a great local band.
Yeah.
You can catch them at the Point,
Right.
which is
So
that.
it's live karaoke with a band. I mean,
Yeah.
if you guys haven't ever done that, it is so much fun. You feel like a rock star.
I've never done it.
You should
so
try
I
it.
will try to stay up late and do
Okay.
that sometime.
Okay, great.
Whiskey River Tavern has Groove Dogs on Friday, and then Saturday, our friends at All She Wrote are
Oh.
performing, and then the Cheek Tones in the evening or upstairs. And then Sunday is Pearl Ridge, and then at the Windsock Fridays, the Tone King. Saturdays, Well Dressed Wolves, and of course their Sunday Blues Jam.
Fantastic.
Fun stuff.
There's always something fun to do in this
That
area.
is so true.
That's why we live here.
That's right.
One of the reasons. Very good. Kelly Tolbert with her midweek weekend preview. Thank you so much for coming in, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Thank you, Leza.
You're welcome. All right, stick around. Going to be chatting with John Rust, the sports director here at KYCA. And you may not know this about him, but he is a prolific author. He has written so many books, and we're going to talk about his latest book coming up next here on Leza Live. Stay with us. This new year, let Prescott Women's Clinic help you make your health a priority. From routine wellness exams to specialized care, their compassionate team is here to guide you through every stage of your life. You can start 2025 feeling empowered and supported with expert care and care that you can trust. Because when you take care of yourself, you're ready to take on anything the new year brings. Schedule your appointment today by calling 928-778 4300, or you can visit them online and make that appointment very easily online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. And we're back. It's Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA. We have a huge, huge celebrity in studio today. And not only is he here to talk about his latest book, it's his birthday. Welcome, John Rust.
Thank you very much, Leza. Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course. And we're going to give you a really nice gift right now.
Oh, you're not going to sing for me, are you?
Of course we are going to
no.
sing for you. Any chance we get, the three of us, we're like the three tenors. We're like the three amigos. We like to perform and sing and do all the things.
The Three Stooges.
The Three Stooges,
Yeah, I
more
was gonna
like
say,
it.
they all know how to sing, including the Stooges.
All right, are you guys ready?
No.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
On channel 103.5. Are you 10? Are you 20? Are you 30? Are you 40? Are you 50? Are you 60?
In between.
Okay. Double nickels, huh? Well, happy birthday. Congratulations.
Thank you, Leza. Appreciate it.
You're
Thank you, man. Thank you, Drew. Honestly, you guys can give some competition to The Warning, the three-sister Mexican rock band.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, that's a compliment, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but if he's saying that we give somebody some competition,
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling the absolute truth on that.
All right, John. Well, you are a staple in this community. You have been reporting sports, local sports for how many years here on KYCA?
Almost 20 years, over 20 years
Over
now,
20
yeah.
years. More like 28, right?
Well, I guess I go back to when they first made me the sports director here, like 2003, 2004.
Okay.
That's when we really started diving into the local sports world.
Right. But you've been here a lot longer than
Oh, yeah,
that.
since
and
1996.
Everybody recognizes you around town, and all the parents love John Rust because he highlights their kids' sports performances so well. You really are a treasure in our community.
Well, thank you. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And so not only do you do the sports thing, a lot of people may not know, but you are an author as well.
Mm-hmm.
How many books have you written so far?
24.
24 books. So when did you start writing books?
Well, I started writing like back when I was in high school, but I did a few freelance magazine articles. I've also done a few short stories and some anthology books. My first novel was in 2011. That was Dark Wings, which basically I created an alien race. I based their physical appearances off Mothman and the Jersey Devil. And then they invaded Earth, and then an alliance of alternate Earths came in to stop them.
Wow, that sounds like an exciting book. So do you usually do science fiction? This latest book is history. It's alternate history,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Mhm.
So do you write sports books as well?
Oh yeah, I go through all kinds of
Yeah.
genres. I've written sci-fi, action adventure, military fiction, sports, baseball, and of course right now, my alternate history book, Unthinkable.
Yes, absolutely. So how do you get the idea, or what inspires you to sit down and write a book about a certain topic?
Okay, for this one, I am a huge World War II history buff.
Okay.
And well, maybe some people go on YouTube to watch cat videos or whatever. Me, I scope out all the.
You were looking right at Matt when you said that.
I love cat videos.
Yeah. Well, I scope out the history channels on YouTube, and quite frankly, the shows they have on there I think are better than what they have on History Channel presently.
Yeah.
But a lot of great World War II things on there, like Indy Nidell's Week by Week World War II series, which actually just wrapped up in September.
Wow.
And then, of course, one of the big ones is Mark Felton, a history professor from Britain. That is where I got the inspiration for this book.
Okay.
And it's based on an actual event in 1945, May 1945, when the war in Europe was coming to a close. The Soviets were really advancing through Germany, and Winston Churchill was afraid that they were going to go over their designated occupation zone.
Okay.
And there was a little town in northern Germany right along the coast of the Baltic called Wismar. And if the Soviets got there, Churchill was like, well, if they get there, they can go right into Denmark, We don't want him going to Denmark. So he ordered the 1st Canadian Parachute Battalion to go to Wismar, and he said, look, guys, just sit there, make sure the Soviets don't advance, okay? The Soviets got there, and they're like, hey, this is part of our occupation zone. And the Canadian paratroopers like, oh, sorry, Winston Churchill said we got to stay here and make sure you don't advance, eh? Now, the situation was resolved diplomatically.
Okay.
But in this book, it wasn't.
Okay.
And the Soviets and Canadians exchanged fire, and Stalin, because he was a paranoid psychopath in this book, decided the Western Allies are going to attack us. So we'll attack them first.
Okay, and then the book progresses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
you're not gonna ruin the ending for us, are you?
Of course I'm not. This is just the first book.
Okay, so
I got
this is.
Yeah, I got a follow up after this.
Okay, and how far are you on that one?
I'm probably about 20 chapters into it. It was originally just going to be one book.
Yeah.
And then I got up to almost 130,000 words, and I went, it's not like my name is Stephen King or Michael Connolly. People probably aren't going to get a 140, 150,000 page book from a relatively unknown small press, independent, self-published author. So let me divide it up into 2 books.
Smart.
And it's working out great so far. Last time I looked on Amazon, I'm up to almost 170 ratings and reviews and 4.5 stars.
4.5 stars for Unthinkable. Fantastic. We're talking with author John Rust this morning. And if you have a question for John, give us a call, 928-541-1016. Our conversation will continue coming up after this quick break here on Leza Live. Stay with us. Right now, I need to know, does your jewelry need a makeover? You may not have ever even thought that you could make over your jewelry, but the experts and award-winning master jewelers at the Artful Eye Jewelers, downtown Prescott, they are experts at this. I have done this several times. I took a pair of earrings in that my mom had left me, and I asked them, I don't wear these. What can I do with them? And they turned them into rings that I wear every single day. Super fun process. Ideas and estimates are always free, so it doesn't cost you anything to hear what they think you should do with your unused jewelry. It just needs a makeover. Repurpose what you already have with the Artful Eye Jewelers, Middle Whiskey Road, downtown Prescott. And we're back. It's Leza Live. Thanks for hanging out with us on the News 103.5 FM KYCA, chatting with author and sports director here at KYCA, John Rust, who is also celebrating his 55th birthday with us this morning. And Matt said you have to eat all of those cupcakes that Lori Bennett dropped off before the show.
Okay, and thank you very much, by the way, Lori. And, well, challenge accepted.
No.
All right, get to work.
We'll do that after the show because we have so much more to talk about. Your latest novel, Unthinkable. You just revealed that there's going to be a sequel called Unthinkable
Final Fury.
Final Fury. I love it. Very exciting. So we should talk a little bit about how you wrote this book. I mean, when you're writing about history and then an alternate way that history goes, you've got to ensure the historical integrity is there, right?
Absolutely, because
Right.
I have a lot of historical characters in here. General Patton is one of my main characters. Jimmy Doolittle is another one. So I have to do research, and not just their personal history, but their personalities,
Right.
what makes them tick, that kind of thing.
Okay, very interesting. How do you approach writing the complex dynamics between historical figures like Stalin, Truman, and Churchill?
Again, it goes into looking at their personalities, and of course when it's alternate history, like I said, history just went off the rails here because now the Soviets are at war with the Western Allies, and this right after all three of them were allies.
Right.
So now it's like, okay, well, how would their personalities? Going by their personalities, how would they react to certain situations? We already saw how would Stalin react to the Canadians and the Soviets exchanging fire in Wismar. Given his nature, he'd be like, well, it looks like they're going to attack us, so we got to attack them first. How would Truman react to this? And of course, since this is set in May 1945, and we go through pretty much toward the end of 1945 in here, well, this really doesn't affect too much the war in the Pacific, so we still have the atomic bomb coming into play, and once that gets dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, obviously the Soviets are going to look at it and they're going to be like, well, is this going to affect us? Can their B-29s get into the Soviet Union? And that's the one thing to bring up here, because when we dropped the A-bombs on Japan, their Air Force was pretty much shattered. Actually, they were holding back a lot of their planes. The Japanese still had, I think, about 12,000 planes still at war's end, but they were holding them back for what they anticipated was going to be Operation Downfall, the invasion of Japan. So toward the end of the Pacific War, our bombers are flying over Japan pretty much unmolested. But in this scenario, the Soviets at this time still have a huge Air Force with very experienced pilots. So it's like, is it worth it to send a B-29 over there that could get shot down over enemy territory? And then the Soviets could grab up what's left of the atomic bomb and build one themselves?
Right. Good question. Good question. Why do you think readers are so fascinated with alternate history? I know you are.
Yeah.
And we're finding that your readers are as well.
Yeah. I think it's just looking at all these possibilities. I think a lot of us ask ourselves, what if this happened? What if that happened? Like, even in sports, when I did my book, The Hindsight Draft, and I look at it and I'm like, what if, the New York Mets drafted Reggie Jackson in 1965-66 instead of the schlub they got who never made it to to the majors, or what if, say, in the 70s the Phillies drafted guys like Eddie Murray and Lou Whitaker? Would that have given them the edge over the Dodgers in the playoffs? And the same with history. You go back to World War I, and what if the Serb who killed Franz Ferdinand? Well, what if that attempt didn't succeed? Would World War I have even happened?
Right. What if? The big question.
Yeah.
What if? Well, tell me, if this scenario really happened, how do you think it might have shaped the modern world today?
Boy, how would it have shaped the modern? Well, depending on which side won, maybe we would not have had a Cold War, or the Cold War would have been less intense than it was. And then, of course, after World War II, you think of all the communist revolutions that went on. You think of the division between North and South Korea, what happened in Vietnam, and, of course, all the revolutions they had in Africa after the British and French and Portuguese, pulled out of their colonies. because the Soviets had some influence down there. Cuba is another one. Whether the Soviets won or lost, how would that affect? And of course, the United States, would they be if they won or lost this conflict? Would they be able to exercise some kind of containment or communism? How would Europe look? Would the Eastern European countries go communist, or would the United States be able to get in there and influence them to go in more of a democratic path?
Wow. A lot of what ifs, right?
Yeah.
A lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
Very interesting. It's kind of fun to think about. We have a caller on the line.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like Scott is calling in. Good morning, Scott. You have a question for John Rust?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. You have a question for John?
Yeah, I was watching TV and it was Bill Maher show, and he was talking. Mickey Rourke was on there, and some anarchists from Britain were on there, and they were putting down America. And Mickey Rourke says, "Hey, if it wasn't for us, you'd be speaking German right now."
Mm-hmm.
So that is a reality that could have happened. That alternate realities could have happened, and we'd be in a very different situation right now. So that's an interesting book. I'd like to read it.
Yes, very good, Scott.
Yeah.
Tell Scott where he can find the book.
You can find it on Amazon. Just go to Amazon, John J. Rust. There's my author page, and you can get yourself a copy right there. You can get it in print. You can get it in Kindle, and whatever floats your boat. And go ahead and enjoy that. And I know there have been a lot of different scenarios and books about what if the Germans won World War II. And here I figured I'd go in a little different direction. What if the Soviets and the Western Allies went to war with, which actually there were some people back then advocating for that. Churchill was one. In fact, that's how I came up with the title for Unthinkable. Because Churchill, early mid-1945, he tasked his generals to come up with a plan to attack the Soviet Union, because, yes, we were allies at the time, but Churchill did not trust Stalin and the Soviets as far as he could throw them, and he knew they were going to be trouble down the line. So he's like, maybe we should take them out before they become big trouble. But his general said, hey, look, Mr. Prime Minister, the Soviets outnumber us big time. So we would not be able to mount an effective offensive campaign against them. General Patton is another one who was advocating for attacking the Soviets. In fact, there were some stories that said that Patton actually said, you know what, we fought this war against the wrong opponent. In fact, one of the reasons why he lost his job as military governor of Germany was because he was not too thrilled with the whole denazification process, because he's like, we may actually need some of these people to help us out in case we got to go to war with the Soviets. And of course, the Germans, they actually play a big role in this, because this incident happens like right before they officially surrender. And the whole thing is, the Soviets have a huge army.
Right.
We need all the men we can get on the front line. And they're going, well, we've got, actually, toward the end of the war, we had about almost 4 million German POWs in custody.
Wow.
And it's like,
Yeah.
4 million
Right.
warm bodies there. So if we give them back their weapons,
Yes.
maybe they can help us out.
Wow. John, you know so much. So interesting to talk to you about your novel, Unthinkable, and the sequel that's coming out. When's it coming out?
Whenever I get it done.
Okay. Fair enough. More with John Rust coming up after this quick break here on Leza Live. Not all emergencies are medical. When your heating or air conditioning goes out, that can be a crisis of its own. And that's where AC Medic Heating and Air comes to the rescue. Whether it's a repair, replacement, or just routine maintenance, AC Medic is your first responder for comfort. With fast, reliable service, they'll make sure your home is always the perfect temperature. Don't let a heating or cooling emergency ruin your day. Call AC Medic Heating and Air at 928-848-6224. Your ideal home environment is just a call away. AC Medic, your trusted first responder for all things heating and air. Swift singing to John Russ this morning for his birthday here on Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM KYCA. We are out of time, but I want everybody to check out the book Unthinkable by John J. Rust. Get this one done because the sequel's coming out as soon as he's finished with it. We want to wish you a very, very happy birthday.
Thanks, Leza. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks for all you do for our community.
You're
we love you,
welcome.
John. And we love you for listening. We'll see you back here tomorrow.